Hey guys, Rusty, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Cool, hey. Hey guys, Rusty over here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to solo Heroic Talok from Uldir. Yes, today we're going to be soloing a current expansion raid boss. Still blows my mind that even in Legion and now in BF8, it's possible to solo current expansion raid bosses. It really just shows you how much power growth we went through an expansion. It's absolutely nuts to me that this is even possible. However, the reason why chances are you're going to want to do this is because of the hammers here. Now, it does change colors based on whether you're doing normal, heroic, or mythic. Obviously, mythic. Honestly, this boss might be solo mythic. Oh, if I could do it, I'll do it on mythic. I'll make a guide for it. Anyways, he also drops a second different transmog hammer, which is the one he uses during the fight, which is the red one. Now, I am doing this around 471 item level. However, you could probably do this around 455, 460, depending on your class. Now, this boss really doesn't hit too hard. However, if your class does not have a good amount of self-heals, then you might struggle with it. Pet classes should do perfectly fine, meaning hunters, warlocks should do okay, even maybe on holy DKs with their pet. And also, pretty much all tank specs should be okay doing this, and maybe even healers. This boss is not a DPS check. Obviously, he does have an range timer, at least I'm pretty sure he does, as most bosses do. However, this boss is more, you just need to survive. So let's go over to the mechanics. Now, the first thing here, the most important thing, is going to be that plasma discharge, which is going to get debuffed, and he's basically going to put these red pools of blood on the ground. Now, if you stand in that, you take taking damage. That's probably the hardest hitting ability in this fight, the plasma discharge here. So if you're struggling with it, make sure you pop a personal cooldown if you're taking a lot of damage during that time. Now, he's also going to do an ability which you saw earlier that's called the Cudgel of Gore. Basically, he's going to target you, and wherever you're standing, he's going to run to that spot, slam his hammer down on the ground, and suck up all the blood in the air. He's like a friggin' vampire. Now, basically, you're going to clear the area of blood, so when you get that Cudgel debuff, just go stand near the blood circles and it'll suck it up for you. And he's also going to do Sanguine Static here, which he's going to shoot those balls out. You're going to take a small burst of damage, and you're going to get knocked back. That's going to hit you every single time since you're soloing this, at least on Heroic. Well, sometimes on Normal, it has a chance to miss. Look right here, by the way. That Plasma Discharge debuff did a lot of damage, and basically, again, as you can see here, I'm taking the Cudgel, kind of in the center of the blood, just to suck up some of the blood and clear some space for me. If you miss some of the blood, it's not that big of a deal. Now, once the boss gets to 34% HP, he's going to fall in the center. You're taking out his knees. He broke his kneecaps. He can't be an adventurer anymore. He's going to go in the center of the elevator. He's going to go on his knees and start going down the elevator and start phase 2. Now, in phase 2, you're going to have two different types of adds. You have Coalesced Bloods and also Volatile Droplets. And by the way, if you're using too much Corruption to where things from beyond are spawning, take off Corruption Gear. Do not have things from beyond spawning in this fight. They could chunk your health. You can see here it actually almost kills me. So the volatile droplets are what are going to kill you the most on this fight, or at least on this phase. If they reach you, you're going to take a small burst of damage. The damage isn't that bad. However, they will also knock you back, and if you get knocked off the elevator, chances are you'll probably just die unless you're playing a class like a Demon Hunter or a Warrior. It's basically something to survive the fall damage. I'm not sure if the boss despawns if that happens, though. Now, the other ad is going to be the Coalesced Blood. They're basically just going to melee you. Make sure these are your primary kill target. Now, all these are going to do are melee you, and they're going to leave these patches of goo on the ground. Now, also in this phase, you're going to have these beams that spawn. Look over the edge of the elevator so you can see where the beams are coming, and don't stand inside the beams. If you stand in the beams, you're going to take a ton of ticking damage. And if you're low HP when that happens, chances are you're probably just going to die. But again, if you look over the edge of the elevator, you can see where the beams are going to be, and just don't stand in them. Simple enough. Now, eventually, once the elevator gets to the bottom of the floor here, you're going to get knocked back, and some of that blood's going to despawn. Now, chances are you're going to have one of these blood ads still up, and this is probably the most dangerous part of the whole fight, since you're going to have an ad and the blood and the boss hitting you at the same time, and also you're going to get hit with a plasma discharge. You can see here I almost died. This is a very, very high damage point in the fight, so if you're not doing this in a tank spec, I recommend saving your defensive cooldowns for this part. Now, if you're still struggling with this, on that part there, you could even save your DPS cooldowns for that specific part. Just nuke the ad, and you should be okay as long as you just got through the first phase, as long as you kill that ad and you save some defensive cooldowns for that. Because again, guys, this boss is not a DPS check as long as you're not hitting the enrage timer, which is a long time. You should be okay. as long as you are surviving, again, this is a major survivability check, which once again, guys, if you're using corruption to the point where the thing from beyond ads are spawning, you know, when they reach you, you take a huge burst of damage, just take that off. If I were to do this boss again, believe me, I would definitely take off some corruption gear so I don't have thing from beyond ads spawning. Other than that, phase 3 is exactly the same as phase 1. The only difference are going to be these volatile droplets that spawn from phase 2. They're going to continue to spawn in phase 3 now. Same thing, if you could kill them, kill them. If not, they're going to reach you, they'll do a small burst of damage and knock you back. If you're low HP, I recommend switching to them and killing them off until you can get your health back. Other than that, honestly, chances are you could probably just ignore them and pump your damage into the boss. Other than that, guys, make sure you're not standing the blood with your plasma discharge. You can see here again, I got low health with that plasma discharge and an ad hit me. You just got to be careful of that because it can chunk you down and kill you pretty easily. So again, if you could kill the ads off, do it. If not, it's not that. If you could survive it though, not that big a deal. Again, so let me put it like this: low HP, kill the volatile droplets. High HP, don't. Otherwise, just kill the boss. Don't stand in the bloods. Clear them with the Cudgel Gore, and this boss is going to drop. And then you could cry and get incredibly sad when the hammer doesn't drop for you because, you know, it's current expansion raid boss, so Legacy Loot Mode isn't on. Now, the Transmog Hammer, the red one at least, again, also drops on normal mode. And if you could do Heroic Talak, guys, normal mode... Normal mode is going to be a complete joke if you're able to do Heroic Talak. Normal mode plays out exactly the same as Heroic. The only difference is that on normal, you don't even have to worry about the beams on the elevator. That's it. That's the boss. Anyways, guys, again, I did this around 471 item level. However, you could probably do it even a little bit lower. Again, like even my 455, 460 item level, depending on what type of gear you have and what class you are, depending on your corruption gear too and what spec you're playing. You're just going to have to feel it out for yourself. Mechanically, this boss is very easy. And again, guys, this fight is not a DPS check. It's all about survivability. You just need to survive and you'll be perfectly fine. Anyways, guys, I hope this guide helped you. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got your Transmog Hammer, although chances are you didn't, because this game hates you and everyone who plays it. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Remember, don't use Thing from Beyond. That's a bad time. And also, the most important part, this is key. This is very important to society, that everyone knows this piece of information. Guys, listen, Halo 3 was the best Halo. Like, I see people saying, no, Halo 2 is the best Halo, dude. Reach was the best Halo. Listen, those are some quality Halos. Fuck Halo 4 and Halo 5, terrible Halos. But Halo 3 was the best Halo. There's just no arguing it, guys. I'm sorry. If you think otherwise, you're just simply wrong. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.